Alright. Are we on? I'm gonna assume that this is working. I have had such a nightmare trying to get YouTube live stream to work. But, yeah, so last year I did a Halloween live stream where I showed, basically I had the HABROMANIA characters and I drew them in different Halloween costumes that you guys requested, so I thought I would do this again this year. I took suggestions from Instagram mostly, but I'll also take suggestions through the live chat. So these are some of the ones I did last year, based off of y'all's requests. So I drew all of these, and I'm gonna be doing that again for a while today. So first what I did is I drew them all as like little paper dolls in their underclothes so I can draw costumes on top of them. So, the one request I got a lot on my Instagram so far was the Addams family, so that's what I'm gonna start with. I think I already started drawing, yeah, I already started drawing Alice's costume. So I'm gonna keep working on that for now. But yeah, throw in other requests in the chat if you want, and I'm also gonna be double checking my Instagram to try and get their feedback on costume ideas as well. I think these little like challenge things are really fun because number one, character design is my favorite thing to do. And I love playing dress up as well. Every time I play like a video game, my friends laugh at me because they'll be trying to like start the game and I'll still be like in character customization for like 50 minutes. So this is fun for me, and I love Halloween and dress up and anything with that. So this is like the best of all of the worlds for me. I've been meaning as well to live stream more. I remember the last live stream I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this every Sunday. It's gonna be so good. And that was like 9 months ago. And I haven't done another live stream since. To be fair though, I've been working mostly on the demo, so I haven't had a lot of time to play just like cute little live stream stuff. And also, YouTube live stream is a nightmare. I don't know if y'all were there for the first fiasco I had trying it out. I was basically testing it out. And so I was like, just opened up my streaming software and YouTube streaming things. I'd never done it before, so I was like, oh, I'll just do a test. The test was not private. And I got an email from someone saying, girl, why do you have a video of you looking at the camera for 10 seconds not saying anything that's like up for 5 hours? And I was like, oh fuck. And so I deleted it. But a lot of people saw me just staring like this at the camera with nothing on the screen for a while. But if you saw that, no, you didn't. That didn't happen, and you don't have to worry about it. For Wednesday, I'm going for like the original Addams Family Values movie design. I don't know if y'all have seen the Jenna Ortega one. I think Jenna Ortega does a great job as Wednesday, but I don't really like the show outside of that. I feel like they could have really leaned into the spooky factor, and they didn't, and it's not terrible, but some of the writing feels a little bit Riverdale-esque. But I still watch the whole thing, so I can't really complain. Charlie's like heart boxers are staring at me out of the corner of my eye. Get out of here. Okay, it's fine. I personally have gone as Wednesday Addams for like 5 Halloweens, I think, throughout my life. I have a lot of black clothes, and it's like such an easy last minute, I had nothing else to wear Halloween costume that's pretty recognizable, especially now that I have black hair again. I naturally have like pretty dark hair, like dark brown, and then I dyed it, like I had it highlighted, and then I dyed it blonde for a while. And then I had a little mishap where I stole my sister's purple shampoo, which, if you didn't know, if you're like blonde, it's supposed to make like the blonde look nicer, like less orangey. It was not purple shampoo, it was purple hair dye. So I had really patchy purple hair right after I had spent like a shit ton of money on getting my hair blonde. So that kind of sucked. So I had like patchy purple hair for a little while. And then I was sick of blonde, so I went back to dark brown, and now I dye my hair black every couple of months, which is like pretty not, my hair is already pretty dark, so it's not super noticeable, but it makes me feel like extra goth, and I don't know, it makes me happy, so I do it. And every time I dye my hair black, my mom is like, "Oh, you dyed your hair again," and then she'll be quiet for a while and be like, "I really like the color it used to be," which is so great. But I don't know. I love my black hair now. I don't think blonde is really like my personality. But it was fun to try for a while. And me and my sister would like, I used to get it professionally done, but it's so fun to do your own hair. My sister and I would both have like trash bags over our head while the bleach would be like cooking. I don't know what it's called, but it's really fun, and it's like a fraction of the price. People are requesting Miko in the chat. But for which character? Also, which outfit? She's got like a million different variants of her. Charlie? I'm not drawing Charlie in a dress, guys. That's heinous. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I know I'll see that image places I don't want to see it, so it's not happening. It's so nice to just be able to draw like silly stuff after months, really like a year of non-stop game dev work on the demo. Working on the demo was like fun, I guess, but it's definitely more stressful and more like work related. I ended up having to draw a lot of like environments and small animations, which is just, again, not my favorite thing to do. Character designs and drawing just like silly little outfits is my favorite part about art, I think. And writing. I'm actually like really big into writing, which is why I wanted to have so much dialogue in the game, in the demo. If you've played the demo, thank you, by the way. The reception of that has been phenomenal, and it's just really cool to see I don't know, like this project that was just like an idea in my head for so long become like a full-fledged thing. We got fully funded on Kickstarter within 6.5 hours, which was so shocking and so incredibly cool for everyone, me and the rest of the team, just allowing us to continue working on this. I believed in the project, obviously. It's like my little baby. But there was a part of me, like, a week before that was like, if this flops, what am I gonna do? I've low-key put all of my eggs in this basket. But, I guess we'll never know. Because it went well. the Kickstarter is still up if you want to check it out. And the demo too. There was a bug that was, well, not really a bug, more just like an incompatibility issue when we first released it, where some computers weren't able to handle the graphics and the files were really big because of all the art that was in it. But the programmers worked their asses off to get it fixed within like a week. So the patch went up recently. So if you were playing it and there were white squares everywhere, the white squares are gone now. Thank God. Those fucking white squares were like haunting us in the dev chat for so long. We're like, if I see another stupid white square, it's Jover. But it's fine. It's fixed, and I can't take any credit for that. That was all of the programmers, so. Charlie's hairy legs and like badly rendered toes are like haunting me. Get out of the frame. I went to art school in college, but not for like any of the type of art I'm doing now. It was for fine art. And it kind of felt in hindsight. I graduated, God, this year, early this year. And a part of me was like, why did I got my degree, and I was like, why did I spend so much time and money on an art degree when I'm self-employed? Like, I'm not gonna use it. But I do feel like even just learning fine art, like my painting classes specifically and drawing classes, even if it wasn't the type of stylized art I do, we had a lot of live models come in. So I do feel like that helped me with anatomy and just learning general things about coloring. But if you're into art, like this type of art, more stylized media type art, I would suggest not going to art school unless you really there's like a reason you really want to go there. I had a good time, but even with my scholarships, man, it's a lot of money, at least in the USA. When I talk to the team, there's a lot of people on the HABROMANIA team who are international. They are astounded by the amount that US colleges cost. But, no, it was fun. It was fun, but a lot of money for fun. I kind of wanted to go to a school for like animation or more character design focused stuff, because that's more what I do. But all those colleges were out of state, and again, scholarships aren't as good if you go out of state, so I just went to a fine art college. I feel like her braid should be in the front, right? Someone asked if HABROMANIA will be available on Mac eventually. That's like one of the first ports we're looking into. We were wanting to make the demo available for Mac, but unfortunately Mac, you have to like, there's a couple things you have to switch, and we were running out of time. So we didn't have time for it, and also there's like, I think $100 fee to have it supported on the App Store, which just, it's fine, I'll just have to look into it. But it's definitely the first one I want to do. Thank you for the $10. Who sent that? Mr. Creeper 1695. Thank you for that. It's crazy. I really appreciate all the support from you guys. I still think it's like insane that I can do like my dream job as like a career. I've had my Instagram account, which is where I think I have most of my following, on Instagram, and I've had that since I was 12 years old, and I actually have all my old art up there, So you can scroll all the way back and see the shit I was making when I was 12. Oh my god, it's so ass, guys. It's not good. No, okay, that's too hard on myself. Cause it's like a 12-year-old's art. So it's good for a 12-year-old, but I don't really want to archive anything because I feel like it's a good little, almost like scrapbook or, I don't know, time capsule of how my art has progressed. But, oh, it's rough. Oh, it's rough. I had a big Undertale phase in middle school that is there for everyone to see if you want to go far back enough. But I've always been really into storytelling and art and drawing, even since I was a little kid. And I was super into like fandom stuff in middle school. So it's really, really still surreal to see that, like, I don't know, I can make work that hopefully gets people as excited about, I don't know, the story and stuff as I was excited by the things I liked when I was in middle school. I feel like she's missing something. Whatever, we'll get to her later. I want to move on to Cordelia. So I was gonna have her be Morticia. Even though the braids are more Wednesday, I feel like Alice has a more Wednesday vibe to her, and also Charlie can be Gomez, which is nice. It's also been really cool to see streamers play through the demo. Some streamers who I've been like a big fan of for a long time play through the game, and it was so surreal, man. I was sitting in the bath watching them play through it on my phone, being like, I watched these people in high school, like when I was sick, just like lying in bed watching these people play through games, and watching them play through my game was like so crazy. I just feel really lucky. And really lucky to work with so many really talented people. The people on like the team are just incredible and really talented. And it's also cool that they're from everywhere in the world, not just like America. But we have some Canadians. One of our programmers is Australian. Our lead programmer is from Portugal. So it's really cool to see everyone from everywhere. It's also, anytime someone on the team, like, English is not their first language and they speak it better than I do, it like makes me mad. I know it shouldn't, but I just get like, why do I only know a single language? I studied Spanish in college and French in high school. Tell me why I can't speak either of them, like, at all. Tell me why, like, I can't even hold a basic conversation. Whatever. I have other priorities, I guess. How did I meet the international team? I put out a call for artists and programmers and sound people on my Instagram when I first started developing the game, and some people reached out through that, and then a couple people reached out later on through other basically like calls for programmers that I did. Specifically, the person I'd been working with on the demo up till beginning of this year had a job, so she wasn't able to commit as much time to it, and so she sort of said, like, I don't know if I can keep working on this, so I had to rush and look for new people, and that's when I was linked up with my new lead programmer, who is fantastic. The old one is great as well. She still works on the project, just more as like a part-time thing since she has her big girl job. But I just feel really, they're really great and know way more about everything than I do. I'd love to program the game, but I took classes for that in college thinking like, oh, I want to go into game dev. I'll like take some coding classes. Those classes broke my heart. I would literally be crying in the public library, like in front of people. It stressed me out so bad. Like, I remember I went to like an extra help thing, like at the tutoring center at my college. And the comp sci major who was there and like tutoring people, he looked at my code, he's like, I don't even know what you did wrong. and spent like 40 minutes just looking through my, it was like such a simple thing too. It wasn't like a big long video game. It was like one of those generic tests where it's just like, it was like a football simulator or something like that. I don't even know. But I basically did so bad I stumped him. I also had my professor look at some of my work, and he was also like, girl, I don't know what you did wrong. So I leave the coding to other people. But I do a lot of the art, animation, all of the writing. It's a lot of work to do, but I'm a workaholic, and there's also a lot of freedom to it. I thought for years, like, I would just never become, like, I wanted to work at an animation studio, like maybe for like Disney or Netflix or something like that. But I thought it would never happen because you sort of need to know people in the industry and be like a phenomenal artist, because it's so competitive, and I'm not good enough to be in those studios. Like, I don't think I'm a bad artist, but those ones are crazy. So I really didn't know what I would do with art when I was like in high school. But then I just started working on my own independent projects. I worked on Love Bites, which is my graphic novel. I did some little like animated videos and stuff. And those really took off, and it was really cool to see that like you don't need the most expensive degree or to go to the best school to be successful in the arts. Just start working on projects that you love, and you'll learn as you go. And that was pretty like encouraging to see, like doing all of the publishing and stuff of the game independently and advertising it and still being able to generate like a nice audience and fan base was so incredibly cool. And thank you guys for that, like, genuinely. People always say don't shade with black. Like, every time I see those, like, art tutorials online, they're like, don't shade with black. And I think they mean, like, I see some artists do this, like, when they're starting off, is they'll take, like, an airbrush one, sort of, and they'll just, like, shade like that, which, to be fair, doesn't look as nice. But I shade with black all the time, so a lot of times I'll see, like, art things where it's like some professional artist will say, oh, you like, this is a art no, never draw, never have thick whatever, outlines, don't draw eyes like this, don't draw mouths like this. And a part of me is like, do whatever the hell you want. Like, it's your art. I don't know. Just try things out, and if it looks like dog shit, you don't have to post it, you don't have to share it, you can just use it as like a learning experience. I saw people say things like, practice makes perfect, which I think can be true, but I think more than anything, it's like perfect practice makes perfect, which isn't that your practice has to be perfect. Like, it doesn't have to look technically amazing, you don't have to get it right the first time, but practice in a way where you're actually developing your skills and not just like drawing the same thing over and over again. Like, experiment and try out new things and new poses and techniques, and I think that's really how you get better. But I see people ask, like, how do you become a better artist? What are like hacks? Really, there's no shortcut. It's just practice, and just spending hours on it. I think I spent, dude, like probably like 6-7 hours a day since I was like 12 on art. It's my favorite thing in the world. And art doesn't have to be that for you. I think everyone is an artist and should do art. I saw someone say, like, you know, everyone's an artist because kids all make art pretty much. So there's just like an inherent joy to being creative and making things. And if it's just a hobby for you, I think that that's great. I think if you want to turn it into a career, I would say you have to want to do it more than anything else. It's really tough and takes a lot of dedication. And if you love to do it, then I'd say just keep trying, and you'll eventually, like, if you want it more than anything, you'll be successful no matter what. Like, I so strongly believe that. If you don't, and it's just like a hobby, I would say keep it a hobby, because it'll take up all your life. And if that's not something that you like that much, you want to take up your whole life, it's I wouldn't do that. Okay, body yachty. What? I didn't realize how, like, never mind. Morticia has down hair, I think, right? Yeah. Should I do makeup too? Like, yeah, I think I will. Stop saying to shave the cat. I am not shaving the cat. He's like, oh, I did realize that, like, I gave some of the animal characters in HABROMANIA clothes and some of them don't. Which I was like, so are those people, like, canonically naked? Like, the animals don't wear things? Alice looks way too narrow. Like, Alice is supposed to be, like, unhealthily thin. But she looks, like, very narrow. I think I'm gonna go in and change that a bit. Or maybe I'm just looking at Cordelia, who is, like, body yaddy yaddy, and it's, like, jump scaring me. But I'll probably go in and change that. Please tell my favorite cartoons and drinks. Oh god, okay. Me and my older brother, like, grew up on classic Disney movies. We would just watch them all the time. I remember my family went to Disney World and they had, like, a little contest where it was like, we'll play the first however many seconds of a Disney song and you need to tell us what Disney song it is. And we would just hear, like, the intro. I remember one of the songs they played was just, like, the first 2 seconds, and it was just ambiance of, like, water trickling, and both of us knew immediately what it was. That, like, event was supposed to go on for, like, an hour. We did it so fast, we were done with it in, like, 15 minutes. So anything that's, like, classic Disney Renaissance era, I love, just as like, a nostalgic thing as well. Big fan of Studio Ghibli, or however you pronounce it. The artistry of those films is just insane. So, I love those. My favorite is Castle in the Sky. As a kid, I would just watch that movie on repeat. Now I'm a big fan of Arcane. I really liked season 1 at least. Season 2 wasn't bad, obviously. It's a beautifully made show, but I just preferred season 1. I'm trying to think of other animated shows I like. Oh, there was one recently I saw. I can't remember. Oh, I don't watch anime, but I love Ouran High School Host Club. That is so fucking funny. Like, that show made me, like, laugh out loud. It's so bizarre and, like, problematic and just weird. And, like, the art style changes every, like, okay, you know, sometimes you'll be watching an animated show and you'll be like, oh, the art style changed slightly, and you can sort of, like, clock it. Like, that, like, it's a different person animating. This show, it's like there's a different person animating, like, they animated, like, 5 frames, and they were, like, went to the bathroom and asked someone else to animate the rest. Like, mid-sentence, the art style will change, which I love. This show is so bad. But, like, the best thing in the world. It's so good. And I'm so depressed they only made 1 season of it, genuinely. K-pop Demon Hunters. That one was cute. It was alright. Like, it's a great movie. Like, I enjoyed it, but it definitely, like, felt a little more young, which is fine. But the animation was great. I think shows in general, Better Call Saul, I think, is one of my favorites of all time. I'm really into Mindhunter, which again only had 2 seasons, which is very depressing. I literally just finished watching like another rewatch of that show yesterday. It's so good. I know there's a lot of like shows and stuff I should watch. Like people always recommend them to me, but I'm one of those people who just will like to like watch the same things over and over and over and over again, like in the background while I'm working or cooking or something. She looks too angry to be Morticia. Whatever, I don't care. Does Morticia wear anything else, or is it just this? It's just like the body tee outfit, right? I think so. I'm gonna fix Alice. She's like bothering me. I don't know what to draw the cat as. Should I draw him as the hand? I like Loki don't know how I do that. Wait, actually I think I do. Like if I just this gonna look so stupid, I know it. Okay, wait. No, hear me out, cause like maybe this will work. This is gonna, it's gonna look like the fucking hamburger helper. This is terrible. Okay, it's fine. I take it back. This looks so bad. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. It's fine. It's fine. Oh my god. Like that? Like he's the thing. This is so great. Oh my god, Christ. Okay, wait. Oh my god. Okay, there you go. He's perfect. Okay, no, I was gonna draw him as like the hairy guy. Cousin It, I think. But low-key, I like this hand outfit for him. He does look like the hamburger helper. I should draw him as like the Pillsbury Doughboy, I feel like. I've drawn him as a ghost, as Cat in the Hat, and as a pumpkin. And then I also drew them one year in each other's costumes, so I might do that again. Who knows? That looks so bad. Oh, there's no way. That's so bad. That's so bad. Okay, I'll fix that later. What was I doing? I was gonna change Alice, I think. Yeah. Okay. I think it's because I don't ever draw Alice with hair like this, and I feel like it makes her look more narrow. Because with her longer hair, I feel like it's not as bad. She looks more like proportional. Also, usually she has like massive puffed sleeves, but she doesn't this time. Okay, so maybe I do just change the outfit itself, not her base. How often do I realize I've been drawing on the long layer? Not as much as I used to. It used to happen to me so often I'd like rage quit, like, or you know what happened even more? Deleting layers, or Krita's the animation software I use and drawing software. And it's great because it's free and it's open source. It's not great because it crashes constantly, so I have to press like Control S, which is like the save button, every time I like make any edit at all, because it crashes all the time. So I've been working on animations before, and it crashes, and I lose like 4 hours of progress, which is so great. Or I'll delete layers I've been working on, or accidentally merge them together too. That's happened, and hours of progress gone. So I'm a little better at locking my layers now and saving more frequently, so it doesn't doesn't bomb my progress, but it still happens sometimes. I'm not perfect. Do I do all the animations for HABROMANIA myself? No. I work on most of them, so usually I'll do either like the roughs, so that's just like sketching out the stuff, or I'll do like the rendering or coloring. But for some of them, I give them to my animators, specifically like Cass and Aaron, who are 2 artists working on their project. And they'll work on it a bit. I do some of them all by myself, some of them I just touch, some of them I don't touch at all. But I would say for the demo, I did a lot of them. Or at least worked on a lot of them. How do I learn to animate? Well, I'm a self-taught animator. I've never taken like an animation class before. And I would say lots of just trying things out and letting things look terrible. I mean, you can look at my Instagram. I have some old animations up there that are tough. Like they're kind of chopped. But I mean, it's a learning progress, and I'm glad I post my work even when I'm not 100% proud of it, because it's like, I don't know, if you wait to be perfect before you post your stuff, you're just never gonna post it. And if you wait to be perfect before you like start projects, you're never gonna start them, because you're always gonna be hard on yourself. So like even with HABROMANIA, there were some things I see what I mean crashing. Look at it. 1 second, guys. Yay! Okay. There you go. See, but this is why you save. I wasn't lying when I said it crashes constantly, guys, I promise. Okay. Have I played American McGee Alice? I played Madness Returns, like half of it, but it's like kind of older and it doesn't work well on my computer, so it kept glitching me out and kicking me from the game. So I only played through some of it. It was really cool. I only heard about it after I came up with the idea of HABROMANIA and started posting about it. People were like, oh, this is sick. Have you seen American McGee's version? And people were comparing HABROMANIA with American McGee's version for a while, but I don't really see, I mean, both of them are working off the same source material, so there's obviously going to be similarities there. But I think like aesthetically and visually and just like story-wise, they're very, very different. It's much more like on the nose horror, and I don't think that that's the case for HABROMANIA at all. I love elements of horror and stuff and psychological horror, but like for me, I think I prefer like liminal space horror. Like okay, like the original Alice in Wonderland Disney movie, the animated film, freaked the fuck out of me when I was a kid. Like it's so, even when she's outside, it feels like she's inside, and there's just this like weird nightmarish unreality quality of it. And so I'm going more for that than like something like the Tim Burton version, which has a lot more like overtly spooky visuals. And like for me, I think the biggest horror is just, I don't know, exists in real life. So things like war, and like psychological stuff and just tragedy, I think is pretty horrifying. So I'm trying to ground it more in that rather than like blood or gore. Although there will be blood and stuff in the game. Cartoony blood, but still. Yeah, the original Alice in Wonderland movie is kind of weird. Like, it is pretty boring. Like, nothing happens in that story. But nothing really happens in the Alice in Wonderland book either. Like, there's no real, like, 3-act structure. She just kind of goes places and things happen to her. Which is interesting, because it's not really typical of books like that. But I think that that's also why Alice in Wonderland lends itself so much to like different adaptations. I mean, I've seen a million different adaptations of Alice in Wonderland. Even in like anime, I don't watch a lot of anime, but I've seen like, there's a lot of like animes that'll just have like randomly an Alice in Wonderland episode, like Ouran High School Host Club, for example. But it's so bizarre, like, why is there an Alice in Wonderland themed episode in here? But I think it's just, it has such familiar iconography, like Alice's outfit, the Hatter, the Queen of Hearts, tea parties, painting the roses red, white rabbits, clocks. It's just, it has so much, yeah, imagery that really lends itself to being adapted in cool different ways. Oh, I've read Heartless by Marissa Myers. I loved the Lunar Chronicles in high school. They were, I think I would read, I haven't read in a while just because I've been so busy with like writing and art. But I read like this, there was like one book, the longest one, Winter. I don't remember if it was like 500 pages or like 700, but I read them all in like one night. I just didn't sleep. And I really liked Heartless too, though I haven't read it in a long time. Anything that's like I love fairy tales and any like retelling of a fairy tale, again, using like familiar iconography or stories and adding your own twist to them. So I really liked the Lunar Chronicles, which if you don't know, it's kind of this like dystopian young adult retelling of different like fairy tale characters. So like there's one girl, Cinder, who's like Cinderella. But it's actually very well written. I know the way I'm describing it makes it sound kind of divergent-y, but it's really very good. And she made another one called Heartless, which is about the Queen of Hearts. Weirdly enough, I don't think I took like inspiration from that when developing Cordelia. It was more, I drew like a really shape-heavy sort of like study of how I wanted the Queen of Hearts to look. So I gave her like a really round face, little hearts here, heart head. Like I just was drawing something really cartoony. And then I thought, like, with the scariest like villains, how do they look like if they're just in like their pajamas or like normal clothes? And that's when I came up with her outfit with like the axe and the braids. And that was actually one of the main reasons I wanted to do HABROMANIA, was just I found that that character design was pretty cool and I wanted to explore more about her, and then it kind of spiraled from there. Is someone saying happy early birthday to me? Or is that to someone else? My birthday is October 30th, which is the day before Halloween, which I think is fitting. Created to be a spooky girl. Who's my favorite HABROMANIA character? I really like the cat. He's so silly, and I love writing him. He's like a rage baiter, but especially with him, like the way Lewis Carroll, the author of Alice in Wonderland, wrote, he did a lot of like wordplay, and I had a really good time trying to replicate some of that, specifically in the cat's dialogue, him sort of messing with Alice by using her words against him and stuff, her and stuff. Do I have any painting tips? Ooh. Like coloring? I think any good painting needs to have like a good base. But when it comes to like, I guess, coloring, I'll try shading with different colors that are sort of like complementary, I guess. I don't know, I kind of paint really sketchily, and I think it's like when I'm painting like in real life. I sort of use the same techniques I would use on like my digital canvas, which is I shade, instead of shading like really big spaces like this, I like shade with a small brush and I just really go in, and I just like how that sketchy look looks like. I think also knowing where light hits is really important, like where light hits on different places, like right here, right? The light is coming down this way and it hits her shoulders. You have some shading here. For the shadow would be shading on the underside of her breast, and then the lights is hitting on the top. So I would say looking at references a lot and just messing around with it, trying out different things. Oh, and I guess the number one thing would be, don't assume you know what colors things are. Like if you were to look at a wall, you could be like, well, that wall's white. But with the lighting and just how it looks in contrast to everything else, it could actually be like bluish or gray or yellow. So you're thinking, oh, that wall's white. But when you're actually, like, if you were to color pick the color off of, like a digital app, you'd see that it's like, I don't know, instead of being here on the color wheel, it's like here or something. Okay, I low-key don't remember how Gomez looks like, so I gotta look that up. Oh my god, okay. So many different panels. Someone asked earlier if I knew people would like Charlie so much. No. He's a cartoon character with dot eyes, and like every time I would post something of him, I'd see the most heinous stuff. Y'all would say the most like despicable, explicit shit about this man. I'd be like, he's a cartoon character with dot eyes. He got fucking once-lerified. But there's nothing I can do about it. So, whatever. It actually doesn't actually bother me. I think it's very funny. But y'all are creative with some of the things you say about him. Derogatory. Like, I've read some heinous things. He looks like he's in fucking Chippendales right now because I didn't, like, draw his outfit. He's just wearing a bow tie and a collar, and then it's, like, fucking, like... It's over. It's over. It's fine. But it is cool to see people liking the characters so much when... Hikey, they haven't even appeared in the demo or story at all, like just off of concept art and promotional stuff. You're writing Charlie and Jack Yowie. You're writing Yowie over Alice's dead brother and the Mad Hatter who haven't even been in the game yet. Okay, girl. You know what? Hell yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. We all, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna read it. Like, I'll read it. So I can't judge. That's crazy. What are you talking about? But okay. Alright. Why not? Onceler Tumblr era. Y'all, the self-cest of the Onceler. I remember seeing drawings of that when I was like 14 and being like, what? Oh god. Oh my god. Do y'all remember, the Sans Undertale self-cest, the different AUs? Oh my god. I was on call with some of the programmers the other day, and someone had made like a HABROMANIA themed quiz. So we were like, everyone went on to to look through it. And then one of my programmers was like, what is, look, this one says like, what Sans Undertale AU character are you? And then we all started playing that one, or at least me and him did. I low-key don't think anyone else was. But like, we were telling the rest of the programmers who knew nothing about it, about like that era of like Tumblr. And I felt like so ancient and like despicable, because why did I know everything about it? Like, why could I name every single different AU and like weird ship? So bad. But you know what? You know what? I don't know what, but it's fine. A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. Who is my favorite actor who's done the Mad Hatter in different films? I admittedly have not seen that many Alice in Wonderland things. I'm gonna be honest, I've liked Alice in Wonderland since I was a kid. I had like a Alice in Wonderland birthday party when I was, I think, 14. But I'm a fake fan. I haven't seen that much of it. I low-key did not think my entire life would become Alice in Wonderland themed. So, I need to probably watch more. So I don't know. I think I guess I would have to say, Johnny Depp's portrayal of him. I didn't really like the version of him in the original Disney movie. Wasn't he voiced by the same guy, just like fucking Winnie the Pooh or something? I swear to God, Disney had like 4 voice actors back then, and I would hear them in everything. Like, I remember I was watching Jungle Book, and I was like, why is the like evil snake fucking Winnie the Pooh's voice? But cool collaboration, I guess. I suck at drawing men so bad. We did a lot of figure studies in my art school of the same exact, so they would only hire one model who was this like former ballerina, and she was great model, but she was the only person they would ever hire for it. So I'm really good at drawing like thin ballerina type bodies, anatomy, but they never had anyone of like a different body type or a different gender even come in. So sometimes I wish, I don't know, I'd gotten more practice drawing different types of people, especially men, or people with more flesh on them, because sometimes I don't really know how that looks like, so I have to like look up references online. Oh, thank you, oh, I can't see the full name. Thank you so much, Mushroom Sprout 62990 for the $10. That's crazy, guys. So nice. Yeah, so the music playing is by Jack Wyndham. He's the composer for the game, and he makes some beautiful, he's a jazz pianist from Canada, and he makes some beautiful fucking music, and I'm still so shocked we get to have his work in the game. He kills it. Really talented dude. Really nice as well, super sweet, and you should support his music. He's releasing the OST for the demo on the 21st, so 4 days from now. And on the Kickstarter we have a tier where it's like you'll get the full OST as it releases, so every time there's a new act there'll be new music in it. This is too form-fitting for him, he's not that twunky. Okay. But yeah, super talented guy. He came out with a album recently called Liminality, and he actually put a variation of the Wonderland theme on that, so you can check that out. It's on Spotify. Actually, I'll play it. Why not? Oh, is it crashing? Is it gonna crash? No. Thank God. Okay. You never know. Critter likes to tease me sometimes. Like, am I gonna crash? You never know. It's actually terrible, but whatever. It's better than paying for like a fucking $5 million subscription fee for Adobe. Ugh. I'm so against microtransactions. Like, I don't know. Everything needing a fucking subscription service kills me. Why is like everything a subscription service? Like, why does my fridge have a subscription service, and why does it have AI? Why does my fridge need to be powered by AI? Like, just keep my food cold. Like, what are we doing here? But whatever. If I see something else that says like AI powered, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, what does that even mean, AI powered? Why is everything AI powered? Like, can we focus on like getting printers to work reliably? That's another thing. Why do printers have one job, like print things out? Why does my printer work 40% of the time and other times it just doesn't? Like, I don't need an AI powered fridge. I need a printer that does the one thing that I paid for it to do. It needs to do that correctly. Like, before we go into AI, can we look at that, please, gang? No? Okay. Anyway, rant over. I hate technology. Which is kind of ironic, I guess, because that's how I make my living, like digital art and posting it online. It's a very sad cycle. Okay, I need to color this in because I don't like that he's like wearing like a transparent outfit. Okay, low-key, Gomez's outfit is boxier than I made Charlie's, but whatever. Crypto. I remember a couple years ago when NFTs were a big thing, so many guys would come up to me and be like, you like art? You should make like NFTs. And then I'd be like, what is an NFT? And they would explain. How come people have explained to me like a million times what NFTs are, but like it makes no sense and I still have no clue what it is? Like, what is an NFT? It's like, oh, it's an artwork that like you own it technically. I'm like, well, what if someone just screenshots it? And they're like, no, it's like, it's yours and it like is worth a lot of money. It's like if you had like a Picasso original and then like even though people might have prints of it, you have the original. I'm like, but it's not a Picasso original. It's just like a random like monkey in like a hat. Whatever. Anyway, I think that the NFT trend is kind of over. I guess. Oh, should I change his hair? I feel like I have to. He has to have a mustache too, right? Okay, but Loki, his mouth is so close to his face. How am I supposed to put that on there? Okay. It looks so. He looks like a fucking like waiter or like a. That does not look great. Okay, whatever. You know what he looks like? He looks like fucking Luigi. Wait. Oh, low-key, I should draw them all as Mario characters. That would be cute. I don't know what to do about his mouth. I'll look at that later. I feel like I should change his hair. Charlie as Princess Peach. I'm not drawing Charlie in a dress. Not that I'm against, like, expressing yourself however you want. I think that's great. But specifically, I don't want that to exist in the internet because people have already done heinous things with the stuff I've drawn of him. And I don't want to see it. I don't want to see my little baby boy sexualized. Like, one of my artists did like a meme or reaction something on Discord, like on the Discord profile server for HABROMANIA, of Catboy Charlie, and that like I see that image every day. It's like burned into my brain. Get it away from me. So it's not happening. Do you get demonetized for cussing on live streams? Whatever. Whatever. I'm not censoring myself. I mean, I actually low-key have been censoring myself. I probably would have cussed a lot more than I have been if I wasn't live streaming. But also, if I wasn't live streaming, I wouldn't be talking to myself, so. I low-key talk to myself a lot. Which is actually helpful for writing, like, Alice's dialogue. Because she just, I realized, like, I was talking to my programmer. He's like, you realize Alice is, like, seems, like, slightly insane. Like, why is she, like, just monologuing about everything she touches? Nobody's there, girl. And I was like, Loki, he's right. But I don't know. Yeah, I love writing for Alice. She's like, I think the easiest person for me to write for, just because I feel like her reactions, I just think of like what I would say in that situation, and then substitute any like cuss words I would use for just like goodness gracious or like by golly or some corny shit like that. She's so polite. Oh, hi to the person who met me at Fan Expo. Yeah, that's the third convention I've done so far. I only started doing them last year. I think last year's Fan Expo, which is just a smaller comic convention in Dallas, is, that was my first one last year. And it's nice because it's really local. Like, I live in the DFW area, so, we've been crazy busy with, like, game stuff, and, it was just a nice little break that didn't involve, like, travel or anything, but it was really great to meet people there, people who knew my game, and it's just fun to be around, like, other creative people. I could do a Beetlejuice-inspired costume. I've already drawn Charlie in so many freaking striped clothes, though. I drew him in the Joker, and I drew Cordelia as Harley Quinn last year, but I actually don't think I ever posted it. I think I just did that on live, and that was it. A Buc-ee shirt? Oh my god, that's how you know you're a real Southern person. Buc-ee's. God, I remember when I first moved to Texas, people were like, y'all been to Buc-ee's? And I was like, the hell's Buc-ee's? They're like, it's a convenience store. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound very exciting. Dude, y'all, if y'all don't know, Buc-ee's is like the Disneyland of gas stations, man. They've got like 50 pumps. They've got like, it's the most American thing I've ever seen. They have like it's like a little carnival inside of Buc-ee's. They have like Buc-ee's merch. Oh, y'all gotta go to Buc-ee's. Like, America has a lot of problems, but we do have Buc-ee's, and that's more than other countries can say. Oh, I love how gothic they all are. I started wearing, like, mostly black and, like, not even gothic stuff and not really emo. Like, I know some people would be like, oh my god, you're so goth or emo, Sydney. I was like, I don't even think I am. I'm like the least emo goth I know. To be fair, I don't know many of them in Texas, but I just really love wearing like anything, like Halloween and stuff is just my favorite time of the year. Just anything with fall and wearing like Victorian-esque black clothes is just so cool. And anytime I see like someone else dressed up that way in public, I like make eye contact and we're like, yeah. Again, it doesn't happen much in Texas, but can Buc-ee's save America? I think it has. Buc-ee's for president, gang. My family literally has like Buc-ee's merch. What hair dye color did I use? I just went to Sally's and I picked up charcoal black, and then I think I also picked up blue black, and I mixed them together, so it ended up being kind of purpley. I did just blue black before, but then it kind of faded out like greenish, which didn't look great on me, so I just mixed them, but thank you. I'm glad you like it. Oh, Over the Garden Wall is a good idea too, for costumes. But I don't know if there's enough characters for that. I guess I draw what Alice is like, because there's Wirt and Greg, right? Who else? Y'all hold me accountable on these live streams because I am so easily distractible. I just go off like all the time. I'll be like, oh, I'll just change the video essay I'm watching, and then I'll be watching like a YouTube reel about like someone making ice cream out of like, I don't know, tree bark. And then I'm like, it's like 4 hours later, I'm like, what did I do today? nothing. So it's good when I like am forced to actually work because you guys are watching me. A Bucky's face mask sounds scary. That sounds like Buffalo Bill ass, like skin, flesh, Ed Gein mask, like of just Bucky's like face, like cut off face. Loki, I want one though. That does sound kind of metal. Oh, y'all know which ice cream dude I'm talking about? He makes like, he's like, we're making cherry wood ice cream and we're gonna smoke the cream in cherry wood and then I'm gonna carve a bowl out of the cherry wood to put the ice cream in. Oh, it's so good. How do I get past procrastination? A lot of caffeine and forcing myself to not open up YouTube. But actually, like, procrastination, I could not tell you, honestly. I'm a lot better at it now, and I don't know why. I think I just, like, forced myself to just start, like, locking in. But, I really don't know. I'm just better at it now. It was, I think also, okay, you know what it is? I'm doing something that I actually like to do, because in school I was a lot worse at procrastinating. And, I liked school and all. Well, I mean, I didn't hate school, or I told myself I didn't hate school, but now that I'm out of it, like, I'd bitch about it, like everyone does. But now that I'm, like, not in college anymore, after being in, like, higher education for the past, you know, most of my life, it's like, wow, I really hated school. Like, that was really making me so miserable, man. The sleep deprivation, the constant, like, deadlines, and just trying to extend myself, because I was still working on HABROMANIA and everything while I was in school, and just juggling the two of those was a freaking nightmare, man. Like, it was getting so bad I was considering dropping out of school. I was having, like, just really bad time. And now I'm like, wait, why is my quality of life, like, significantly improved? And it's because I'm just doing work that, even when there's a lot of work to do, and trust me, there's a lot of work to do, it's work that I like and that, like, I'm passionate about. So it feels nicer. It feels like, it's also like I've started my career and I'm not just killing time, you know? Like, it feels like the stuff I do actually matters, instead of just like, I made an essay that a teacher doesn't want to read, but he has to read it to get me my grade. So that's nice. The stripes on this are bothering me a lot. I feel like they're not there. Whatever. This doesn't need to look perfect. It's just a Halloween costume. It's cosplay. It doesn't have to be completely accurate. Except that these has way more stripes than the other side. Oof, oh god, okay. It's cause it's not really like the stripes of white and black are like equal sized. And that's like tough for me to do. I am not a precision artist. I would get so jealous of the people in my school and just online who are like so good at like the cleanest, finest line work and details, because I am not like that at all. I like love doing rough sketches and then I lose focus and interest. But what can you do? Okay, I might come back to that later, but that's good enough for now. It's like a gray handkerchief. With like a little bit of white on it or something. Do I plan on finishing Love Bites after HABROMANIA? Yeah, so Love Bites is my graphic novel, which is like post-apocalyptic. And I worked on it. I actually had a Kickstarter for it right before HABROMANIA. And I had the first 2 books out. But then HABROMANIA took off, like, and got low-key insanely popular online. And my work sort of just became working on HABROMANIA. So I do plan on going back to Love Bites eventually. But it's just, it takes forever to work on, like, even just a chapter. So I really need to have a lot of free time to do it. And I'm thinking about also possibly hiring someone to help with like the coloring and line art, so I can just do the sketches and the writing, and they can help with the getting it out there to y'all. But again, that's a little further out there. Oh my god, he looks like, you know, when a little kid, his mom like makes him look nice for Christmas and like slicks his hair back. This is so funny. Aww. He looks silly. Okay, it's fine. It doesn't look right. Okay, he needs to have like a little bit in the front, or it doesn't look like him. Charlie's not getting bald. This is not the type of music I usually listen to when I'm working on HABROMANIA. I listen to a lot of like Charlie XCX type club music, which I know is like weird because I feel like people listen to a lot of like, you know, relaxing music to study to, lo-fi beats. I can't focus unless I'm like listening to like Bumpin' That or like some like 2000s white girl music, because it just gets me going. Like I get so freaking like fired up, and it helps me focus. I like need just enough stimulation where I'm like not distracted by it, but also not like bored. Because if I'm bored, like I remember in art school they were like no music, and I was like, no music? They're like, you're not allowed to wear headphones in my class. I wore headphones every day anyway, because I literally cannot focus if I don't have music or something going on. I don't know what that means or says about me, but I've just decided that I won't think about it. He looks stupid. It's fine. He really does look like a little kid who's like, mom is like, here's like your Easter hair. Oh, okay, now I need to give him a mustache now. Charlie is Charlie XCX. Like a neon green brat, like crop top. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Nah, that don't look right. That don't look right. Okay. Maybe he doesn't get a mouth. Maybe he only gets a mustache. He looks like fucking Luigi. This is crazy. Lit. Okay, no, it's fine. Maybe he gets a thinner mustache, but that also doesn't look right. Now it looks like he's got a freaking open mouth. I don't know how to draw mustaches. That's why all my characters look like so feminine. I don't know how to draw men. Okay, maybe I think it's the expression. Maybe I need to change his eyebrow. It's a little arched eyebrow. He's very cocky. How many of these drawings do I plan on doing on stream? However many I can do before I get too tired of doing them. That also don't look right. Whatever, he just gets his normal expression. He's so silly, okay. Alright, now I actually have to finish the cat. God, okay. I feel like Alice is missing something. I feel like she needs to like hold a skull. You know what I mean? Now Loki should have black shoelaces. I drew him as Jack Skellington one year. I think they low-key have a similar outfit. If I can frickin' find it. Hello? Yeah. Is it gonna open? It really loves to crash on me when I try to open up new things. Yeah, see, not responding. Are you gonna open it? Are you gonna crash? It opened it. Look at that. It's like a 50-50. Yeah. Oh, I guess I was much more sketchy with it last year. Because, like, why am I going into so much detail this year? Like, the shading on that body is wild. Okay, whatever. Yeah, something about Alice is still just throwing me off. I think first of all, she needs to be not, her waist needs to be more realistic, maybe? I guess good enough for now. Okay. Alright. I'll do the cat later. I don't want to work on the cat right now. And, I'm just lazy, so. I don't know what's the next batch of characters. I think people were asking on my Instagram for just, like, classic Halloween, like, witch, vampire. Although I've drawn Cordelia as a vampire before. I could do Wizard of Oz. Like Dorothy, Wicked Witch, Scarecrow. Loki might do that. I think I'm gonna do that. Back to their underwear. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Didn't mean to draw that. how did I come to the idea of HABROMANIA? Like, how did I think it up? I first just drew, this is my sophomore year of college. I think I was 18. And I was in a drawing class, and the professor was talking about something, and I was doodling on the paper wrapping that was like over the desks. And I drew like Alice in a really simple art style, like even more simple than this, which is so different than my normal art style. And I was like, oh, this looks like a cute art style for a video game. So I colored it in digitally and I posted it. And I also wrote like a little description, like, because it reminded me of like a cute little indie game like Don't Starve or something. And I was like, well, I'll just post like a little something about it. So I did, and then people were like, game drops win, game drops win. And I was like, oh. And so it just kind of spiraled from there. I kept posting stuff about it. I kept making like little animations and things about it. And then eventually it was just a thing I was doing, and it was real, which is pretty sick. But I always tell people I like accidentally fell into game dev. Okay, I'm like trying to optimize how much of like the drawing app I can show while also having my reference and stuff on there. Okay, I think like that. Is that good? Yeah, it still feels weird to think I'm like a professional game dev. I'm like 21. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. It's just like things just happen to me and I'm like, oh. I don't know. It's really cool that I can do this as like an actual job though. Especially with like the job market, what it is now. Most of my friends who went to art school just went back to school because they didn't really have like job positions available. And I mean, I'd be in the same boat if I wasn't like making my own game, you know? Does this have a boat neck? No, it has like a flat neck. This is Krita, for whoever asked. My favorite thing about Krita is it's free. My second favorite thing is that I know how to use it better than any other drawing software. And my third favorite thing is that it has an animation tab, so I can just use, like I don't have to relearn a different software. I can just use whatever like just the tools I already know how to use for drawing in there. How is Charlie Asgore coded? Deadbeat dad? Like... I'm gonna be honest, I was a fake Undertale fan. I only knew about it from literally reading fanfiction when I was like 12. I played through part of the game and then I just didn't play it anymore, and then I just read fanfictions about it. This is crazy. That community was wild, man. The stuff I saw. Too young. I was too young. I shouldn't have seen all that. What can you do? Okay, Loki, how does her bodice look like, though? Wait, does she have her hair in braids or up? Oh, she has like buttons. Okay. I love the color grading of The Wizard of Oz. I think a part of it is just literally like it was an old movie and they were just using like the most like bare Technicolor thingy. But still, it's so pretty. The movie Pearl has like a similar color grading because I think it's directly trying to evoke the feeling of The Wizard of Oz. Someone is asking if Cordelia, like about Cordelia's like sexuality. Honestly, I don't really. She likes Charlie. I haven't really thought about it. She's also like not real, so I don't really know like about the nuances of sexuality for her. I mean, she can be whatever you want in your head. Like, I mean, I've seen people be like, this character is straight, so it's fucked up to ship them with a different girl character or boy character. I'm like, it's not real. Do whatever you want. They're not real people. They're not harmed by you shipping them with whoever. Just do whatever you want. I don't know. I don't think any of the characters have like canon sexualities in my mind. They're just whatever you want. They like who they like. It's not, again, it's not hurting anyone to imagine them however you want to imagine them. I did see Manly Badass Hero playing my game. He was one of the people I watched a lot in college, or more like high school, really. But, yeah, that was pretty surreal to see him play through the game. Very cool. Yeah, I've seen some characters get pretty precious with their... Or sorry, I've seen some creators get pretty precious with their characters, like... Do not ship them with whoever. This character is this and this. They're not like this. It's what they're not real. I made them, but like they exist in your head. You know what I mean? Once you put something out there, people can do whatever they want with your work. It might not be like canon accurate, but who cares? Just have fun with it. Like, I don't know. Fandom is supposed to be fun and allow you to be creative and do whatever you want. So as long as you're not hurting anybody, then I think that that's fine. And the characters, again, aren't real, so you're not hurting them by mischaracterizing them or shipping them. Like, people who ship real people with other real people, I know, like, people can think that that's harmful because it makes the people uncomfortable, like the people who are getting shipped with other real people who they know uncomfortable, but these people aren't real. They don't care. And I don't care either, so do whatever you want. Okay. When I say do whatever you want, and then I say don't do anything to my sweet baby boy, that's whatever. That's the one paradox. I don't want to see him, like, defiled. And y'all be defiling him, so. No, I actually really don't care, though. I mean, I pretend, like, I'll, like, throw a little fit about it for, like, drama, but I don't actually care. Like, it's not serious. Does she have flats? Or, like, what shoes is she wearing?
Heyo.
Wait, Gabriel, I'm live streaming, sorry.
Oh, I was about to ask.
Yeah, well, you're on the live if you want to join, or you can leave.
It's scary. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, that was that was my programmer, Gabriel. I didn't realize I was still on chat with him. That is so funny. Okay, sorry. Sorry, Gabriel. No, so basically anytime I work, I am in the live stream or not live stream, I'm in the HABROMANIA dev call. And I guess I forgot to log off for this, so everyone say hi to Gabriel. I feel like they should be heels. Are they heels? I low-key can't tell from like the image. Hi, Gabriel. Sorry, I didn't realize I was still in the call. Okay, yeah. I hate, like, because obviously I needed to draw them wearing, like, just basic underclothes so I could draw Halloween outfits over them, but I hate, like, just him staring at me while I'm working. This is so scary. Get your fucking toes out of here, please. I'm moving him over. I don't want to look at him. Okay. I know she has silver shoes in the book, and I think she's having like Dorothy, I mean, in the Wicked movie, but I low-key feel like the red shoes are too iconic. And like I'm not posting this like for money, so I'm not gonna get like copyright infringed. I think that's actually the reason they couldn't make her have red shoes in the Wicked movie, is that they don't have the like the red ones are copyright of the Wizard of Oz movie with like Judy Garland. So they couldn't have it in there. Because I was like, they're so iconic. I hate drawing feet and I hate drawing shoes. It's like one of my least favorite things to draw. That's why I just give everyone like block shoes, or like you can't see their feet. This is a nightmare. Okay. How do you join the Discord? If you go to my Instagram account, which is just Symphony Sonata on Instagram, you can find it. There's a link to join in my bio. I believe it's also in the YouTube description of like my profile.